it's a very interesting time that we're alive, with respect to COVID. I mean, who would have thought this would happen in our lifetime? One of the areas that we're all very interested in, obviously, and concerned about is workplace safety and how people can work really safely in the roadway, in the road corridor, at safe speeds, sort of like, so sending people out with the tablets that we do that for obviously stormwater, open spaces, parks, playgrounds, you name it. And those are very efficient ways where there is no, say, road corridor. But if you are dealing with streets and, footpaths and things like that, you really want to have that linear referencing. You really want to have that good network management, but you want to do it at speed and you want to capture it once and use it many times. As I've mentioned earlier about, what are some of your justifications? How do you build your business cases around why you want to get 360 camera capture, or what the value of a street view that's personalized to your council or your organization is worth to you, in terms of collaboration. The capture once, use many. That pre-disaster, post-disaster view, being able to look at things, have evidence, and be able to compare. But, its utilisation in terms of urban planning, and development or monitoring, periodically, a bit like NearMap, if you think about it. NearMap flies every month, then they provide, fresh temporal views from an aerial perspective. Why not have a 360 camera capture of your own to give you your personalized street view? So, and have something that can help you to measure and then start to move into that machine learning, artificial intelligent feature extraction space, and now how do you build those, business cases? Well, then perhaps use the UN's sustainable development goals. I've highlighted a few here that I think are quite relevant in terms of substantiating why you would undertake, this kind of investment. The costings of this is actually coming down and down and down, and the more that we use it, the better we all get to be at it. As I mentioned, our first thing was to actually fully understand and comprehend the sensors and the equipment that we needed to hook together, how we install that on the vehicle. If we're going to do something like that planimetric view to be able to give you a better understanding of your line marking or your pavement condition or dilapidation, you really need to set up those cameras or choose the right cameras. Triggering those at interval or at distance is a really important key. So that first stage is all about the sensors and the equipment. The second stage is all about, how we post-process or how we process that data to make it really meaningful, make it very useful for others. And then, of course, putting that into the right kind of software environment where we can do that feature extraction, whether it's manually or it's automated. The manual approach to it is a really good fundamental first step because, by measuring it and capturing intelligence, in that context, then you have a better understanding about the repeatability of some of the tasks. And it's those repeatable tasks that you tend to want to translate into feature extraction or into machine learning, deep learning, and AI. Just going back to that though, is that the next step is, of course, how do you host it and make that available? Integration models. Scott is brilliant at integration and making those things available to other corporate systems. And then, of course, as I was saying, you can look at, AWS is the perfect vehicle for many of us to actually be able to put something up and share and also apply some good processing capability to make that feature extraction possible in this day and age. So you can explore the possibilities. You can stay in touch with us to stay informed. If you have any questions, if you want to address any particular projects, you've got some ideas in mind, then, believe me, there's a lot to learn. So feel free to contact us and talk to us. I think the private street view, from my perspective, is one of those really great benefits that people can enjoy and use to collaborate and get to faster decisions. One of the things that I've experienced in this COVID lockdown time is that a 5-minute whiteboarding session with people who actually can really visually understand something is much better than sort of 5 weeks of Zoom meetings and just talking around an issue. Um, Actually, one of the other great things that Scott did in our lockdown period was create, the whole footpath quad bike capability as well, and such a lot to learn in building out these sorts of platforms and environments as you need them to be. So there's a link up here to the 360 mobile mapping information. If you want any further information at all, you're more than welcome to contact us at any time. I've put my mobile up there because obviously I'm working from home, and but there's the email addresses and things are there as well. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask.